Let's go to Arsenal. I don't think many saw this story coming. Mikel Arteta talking about the return of a very key figure in their history. I cannot tell you now, but what I can say is that I would like him to be much closer personally to me. This is on Arsene Wenger, because I think it would be great help, and it could be a great help for the club. Jules, where's this come from?
It's interesting, isn't it? You're right. I didn't see that one coming either. He thinks that Wenger can be a sort of a positive influence for him to start with, and maybe guiding him a bit, giving a bit of advice, experience, all that kind of stuff. They have a very strong relationship. They had already when Arteta was his captain, of course, and maybe even for other people at the club, you know, and maybe if he doesn't interfere, well, if he wants to come to start with, we don't know if Wenger wants to come. I'm not sure if he's been back even at the stadium since he left in 2018, in the summer 2018. But if he wants to come back, and you know what he does is quite agreed before and structured, so he doesn't intervene everywhere and stuff like that. If he stays exactly on the term that they both agreed and everybody agreed, I think, yeah, I can see why Arteta wants him. Let's see if Wenger wants to do it as well.
Craig, we know how controlling Wenger was, so during his time at Arsenal, if you're Arteta, why would you welcome that sort of influence back?
Well, I think he got enough confidence in his own ability, whether he's going to succeed or not, to know that he's ultimately going to be making the decisions. Maybe Wenger wants to come back in eventually as somebody who's selecting a new manager eventually and helping the club out in that sense. I don't know. Sometimes you've got to think that it's better just to completely have a clean sweep and clean the room out and move in another direction, something I think Arsenal should have thought about quite a few years ago. They didn't. So yeah, it's a bit of a strange story. I don't know. It's clutching at straws a little bit at the moment. It's not Mikel Arteta's biggest problem. Problem is obviously on the field, and that was evident by the defeat at Anfield at the weekend.
Native, if you're Wenger, do you want to come back in this role?
No, I don't think so. I think he's doing work with UEFA and FIFA and so on, and he's got his documentary out and so on. So I think I'd just stick with that. And it's interesting, if this does turn out to be a thing, I think for Arteta, why don't you just keep a sort of private relationship with him and use him that way? Because for me, the moment you bring him back into the building and you give him power, you know, he can help more than just you then. He can also help himself. And when people look at Arsene Wenger in and around that place, they're not going to see him in that other role. They're going to see him for who he was beforehand. Mm-hmm. So I don't quite get that, but maybe it's just lip service, but we'll just have to see, won't we?
Last word on this to you, Stevie.
Did I miss something? But Arteta never mentioned a role, did he? He just said something.
Yeah, he wants him back.
Yeah, why?
Well, he likes him around.
Surely, if you're going to make such a move, surely you have to think about it before you say anything to anybody.
Right.
Because you're going to ask them to do what, and then you have to have an answer. Not just, oh, I don't know, but it'd be nice to have him back. What, is he going to come and help the tea ladies, or what was he going to do?
It's going to inspire Stevie. Look at his resume.
Yeah, right. Well, it didn't inspire them the last, 8 seasons he was there.
Oh, so ending on a negative.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.